half a year ago, when I was first starting college, I would get on the college bus and it would take me straight there. And then it would drop me off, obviously, back at the bus stop where I got it from. But the bus stop where I got off and got on was about a minute walk from the gym. So what me and my mates used to do is we used to all meet up at 5:30 because my bus would get me there for 5, and we would all head to the gym together, and we would be there for like 2-3 hours. There was literally like 4 of us. It was like, yeah, it was 5 of us, and we all used to go to the gym together. We used to split off in 2 different groups, and we went every single day apart from weekends. And it was just consistent routine. And do you know what happened when I stopped getting the bus and I started getting the train? we well I really struggled with being consistent again, because I was so used to, going at this exact time with these people, that the fact that they weren't going at that time, and we all basically just like kind of stopped going for a bit. And yeah, I really struggled for months after this getting consistent again, and it's still a little bit iffy now, but I'm a lot more consistent than a few months ago. Jesus, I was literally going like once a week. Nuts. But yeah, this video is about habits and how they link to people, whether that be good or bad. Studies have found that activity in certain brain areas literally like changes when other people are around. Think about like when you're at school and you used to, mess around and you're laughing and you're shouting and you're swearing. Bro, you'd come home. I don't know about you, but you come home and you're completely different, a completely different person. You don't swear. You're not loud. You know, completely different. It's like who you are with your mates is a different person to who you are around family, and that's just a really clear example of how this works. But it's not just a separation between friends and family. It's like you act different around every single person you speak to. It's just the changes are so slight because your personality is already established. And now on to the bad stuff. Bad friends equal bad habits. And so if you're watching a video like this, chances are you're on self-improvement. And obviously self-improvement means you're improving yourself. But you see, it's so hard to get someone onto self-improvement. I have tried. It is nearly impossible. If you struggle to improve yourself and you want to improve. So imagine how hard it is convincing someone who doesn't want to improve themselves. They're never going to make any progress because they don't want it themselves. They think they do, but they won't ever put the work in, and that just shows that they don't want it. So the person that you used to hang out with is obviously a reflection of you. I used to be really, really, really similar to all my mates. Got like a group chat and that. And we would all literally do the same thing, play games, watch anime, and we would go to the gym together. Now, it was only 2 of us who were going to the gym originally, me and one of my mates. But then we got the other 3 people to go, and I thought, oh, we've actually I've actually managed to put these people on self-improvement, But then when we stopped going and going at a certain time, and I started going early in the morning, those other people stopped. And now I realised that, it was more of an accountability partner thing. Like, if they didn't go, we would, wouldn't have a go at them, but we'd be like, oh, come on, like, where are you, And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's definitely a good thing to have people you go with. But that's definitely the dangers of going, like, with a group. If a few people stop going, chances are most of you will. But this isn't just like about the gym, you know. If you say you used to smoke weed with a bunch of your friends, your old friends, then you got on self-improvement and, you know, you started bettering yourself, you know, you quit fapping, quit drinking, watching crap TV, you know, Netflix games, all this stuff. And then, you know, you go and hang out with them, and then you start talking about, you know, the times you used to have together, or what you used to do when you were high, you know, all those type of stuff. And then you get nostalgic, and then you agree to meet up on the weekend, and then you regress back into it because you're so used to being a certain person, a certain personality with that person, that you regress back into it and you become someone that you don't want to be anymore. Think about it like this. Imagine all of you and your friends are the same. You know, you share the same habits, you all have the same interests, you're basically the same person with a little bit of a reskin. You're all here, and you've decided that you don't like the person who you are, so you've decided to go on self-improvement and improve yourself. All of these people are the type of person that you didn't like. You may be emotionally attached to them, but you thought yourself, I don't like the person I am. So if you don't like the person you are, and yet you're with these people who are the exact same as you, how can you like these people as well? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. You know, you want to change who you are for the better, but they are just like who you used to be. So how can you try and justify still hanging out with them? And, you know, people always say, oh, I wouldn't hang out with someone I don't like, but they do, all the time. And it's just, I just came to this realization. I was at work once and I was just thinking, you know, and that's where this title came from, you know. But yeah, it's like the a part of the book Atomic Habits. You need a separate area for each activity in your life. Like my desk is for working, and my bed is for sleeping, and kitchen is for cooking, you know, all that stuff. But imagine that with your friends, you know, your friends are for socializing, you know, there's a bunch of different, a bunch of different stuff, and certain habits are linked with certain places. You know, most people when they get into bed, they'll pull their phone out, or they'll turn the TV on, or in some cases, they'll pull a book out. It's the exact same as when you're with people you used to spend time with. Like, but back in the day, like back in year 10, I used to make quite a few sexist jokes, and, you know, that's behind me. You know, I don't make them anymore because it's just not really that funny, you know. But recently, I met up with one of my mates from year 10 and 11, and within that conversation, I made a sexist joke. And it's like, why? It's just like your brain is programmed to act like this around people you know, and it just baffles me how your brain chemistry can be altered by a single person. Anyway, I think that's all for today. A quick psychology lesson there. Have a good day and a great week.